All right. So we changing some stuff up. Look, I mean, okay, so I decided to wear my Elevation Church one. I like this one. Plus we talking about church and we talking about the Bible. So I was like, you know what? This is fitting and everything like that. Y'all know I wear my Do Love Be Love t-shirt. I wear that on a different one. And then I have a couple of other shirts, but they're more like tanks and it's too cold for that. Like I'm already like rocking this joint on out and I don't even know where my long sleeve under one. I got this black long sleeve undershirt. I don't really wear them too much. Anyway, greetings and grace. I'm over here rambling. I pray that you are well, that you are excited, that you are ready to take things up a notch when it comes to your brand, when it comes to your lifestyle. Of course, we are continuing on and we are in 30 sacred sayings part 3, continuing on in the book of Proverbs. Very excited. And we're in chapter 23 and we're going to do verses 19 through 35, which gives us three different sayings, so like four different sayings are like passages. So let's get on into it. All right. And I pray that you are well. Okay. Listen, my son, and be wise and set your heart on the right path. Do not join those who drink too much wine or gorge themselves on meat, for drunkards and gluttons become poor, and drowsiness clothes them in rags. Listen to your father who gave you. Isn't it? This is clothes. Clothed. It's ch. It's clothes, but the way that you pronounce it's clothes. Do you do that when you talk? I do sometimes when I communicate. When it comes to different words or whatever, but it's just interesting to me. Anyway, listen to your father who gave you life, and do not despise your mother when she is old. Buy the truth and do not sell it. Wisdom, instruction, and insight as well. The father of a righteous child has great joy. A man who fathers a wise son rejoices in him. May your father and mother rejoice. May she who gave you birth be joyful. My son, give me your heart, and let your eyes delight in my ways. For an adulterous woman is a deep pit, and a wayward wife is a narrow well. Like a bandit, she lies in wait and multiplies the unfaithful among men. Oof, ooh-wee. Who has woe? Who has sorrow? Who has strife? Who has complaints? Who has needless bruises? Who has bloodshot eyes? Those who linger over wine, who go to sample bowls of mixed wine. Do not gaze at wine when it is red, when it sparkles in a cup, when it goes down smoothly. In the end, it bites like a snake and poisons like a viper. Your eyes will see strange sights, and your mind will imagine confusing things. You will be like one sleeping on the high seas, lying on top of the rigging. They hit me, you will say, but I'm not hurt. They beat me, but I don't feel it. When I wake up, so I can find. When will I wake up so I could find another drink? All right, so first saying number 16. Excuse me. Before we get on into it, please enjoy a word from yours truly. Baby, come on.
Greetings. Secure your path in just 3 steps. I myself knew a piece of my purpose, but I lacked the depths of my vision. I knew that I would make an impact, but I did not feel significant because I didn't know how to achieve this and actually make money online. Now, I exercise the confidence of my purpose, execute my strategies for more impact, and I feel more fulfilled, making money as a result, helping other educators do the same as me. Some have even left their 9 to 5. Specifically, this year, I want to help 1,000 people discover their purpose in depth, strategize their impact, and make money online organically with the right information and guidance straight, no chaser. Go to online.theetablueprint.com right now so that you can be confident in your purpose like me and no longer lost on your path. My name is Imani Allen and I own Priceless Faith Productions, where your impact can become omnipresent. 10x, baby!
All right, continuing on. So, saying number 16, listen, my son, and be wise and set your heart on the right path. Do not join those who drink too much wine or gorge themselves on meat, for drunkards and gluttons become poor, and drowsiness clothes them in rags. So I think this is important because, if you recall correctly, gluttony is one of the 7 deadly sins. And if you think about it, what we eat does matter. You know, God created our bodies to literally repair itself when we feed it the right nutrients, right? Like things like this, like vegetables. Kale is called the beef of vegetables for a reason because of all of the nutrients and the benefits that it has. And I don't know about you, but I really wasn't a big fan of vegetables until I actually started looking up the health benefits. Then I started getting all into it. I learned which vegetables were actually created by God and then which vegetables were created by man. You know what I'm saying? Like think about it this way. So carrots, broccoli, freaking a whole bunch of different varieties of like fruits and vegetables and like the bananas. Those aren't the original bananas, it's burro bananas. And even then we got all this genetically modified stuff. So I'm just saying, you know, food is your path to longer life or a quicker death. And I know that's harsh, but I want to be honest with you guys because look, you can eat McDonald's each and every single day. It's not necessarily healthy, right? You got to really think about what it is that you're putting into your body. Man, I could really go in a very long, like, start looking up the research of how long it takes for your body to digest different types of foods. Start looking up the research because really we're supposed to, you know, handle our business every time we eat, but we're not doing that as humans, especially not in North America. You know what I'm saying? The average human in North America is overweight, obese. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I'm 4'11" and a half. I'm under 150, but that would still put me in a category of obese. You know what I'm saying? I'm keeping my thickness, you know what I'm saying? But I'm down to, you know, still drop some poundage because you know what? We've got 5 to 15 or 20 pounds of stuff just chilling in our gut. And gut health matters. What we're eating matters. So if it's not digesting quick enough, or if it's not digesting at all, what's it doing? It's just sitting there. And the right stuff, we feed our bodies the right stuff. Guess what? It flushes things out. And guess what? Even more, when our body absorbs the right nutrients, our body starts to repair itself. When we feel those hunger pains and everything like that, or, you know, your stomach's growling, that's actually your body in a lot of ways repairing itself. You don't believe me? No problem. Do your research, boo. Matter of fact, go to youtube.com, type in what I've learned and why I now eat one meal a day. This guy, he's a scientist or whatever, and he talked about intermittent fasting. And when he broke it down, I said, confirmation, because we as adults do not need to eat 3 times a day. Children, babies, they start out six feedings per day because they're consistent. I mean, like, they're little, you know what I'm saying? It's going to go in, it's going to come out instantly. You know what I'm saying? Children, you know, they got to eat 3 times a day. As adults, we actually don't need to eat 3 times a day. In fact, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes we can eat certain stuff. If you check out Dr. Sebi, look him up. All right. Dr. Sebi, how do I say this? He breaks a whole lot of stuff down to where you understand even the stuff that you're eating, right? So if you're eating something that's acidic and then you're eating something that's not acidic or whatever, or stuff, there's certain stuff that can clash. And it just sits in your body. It's not digesting. It's just sitting there in your body because you're supposed to eat according to your like circadian rhythm and things like there's a whole, it's a rabbit hole. But you know what? People perish for lack of knowledge, right? You get the right information, you do something different about it, incorporate it in your lifestyle, right? I'm with, you know what I'm saying? What Kanye said when he said, not a diet, a live it. I like that because I was like, I don't like the word diet because it does have the word die in it, you know? So like, freak that, you know? So our words have power. What we do has power. We got to be careful. We don't want to be glutton. Gorge, according to etymology, means throat, narrow passage, a gullet, jaws, gulf, whirlpool, my Lord, gullet, windpipe, deep, narrow valley, what has been swallowed. Hints and figurative phrases indicating nauseating disgust. My Lord, do not join those who drink too much wine or gorge themselves on meat. So there is a thing as too much, you know what I'm saying? Even too much wine. There's a thing as too much meat, too much food. Moderation, it matters, right? Like, be careful, you know? And if people aren't, you know, they don't exercise self-control, it can just lead to Jesus. It's a word, and I'm going to tell you why. Because your food can, in fact, give you energy, or it can make you sluggish. And it literally says, for drunkards and gluttons become poor, and drowsiness clothes them in rags. And drowsiness clothes them in rags. If you're not eating the right stuff, you are causing your system to slow down. I don't know if you guys know this, but I remember watching not too long ago. There's a nutritionist. Dude was dope. He was on the Anthony O'Neill show, right? And he was talking about how men, their testosterone levels used to be in the over 1,000. Now the average man has a testosterone level of around 200. That is a problem. That is a huge problem. This is why we need our men to be strong. This is why we need y'all to eat healthy. This is why we as ladies, right? For those who in a, traditional or mixed, whatever, modern, however you're going to say it. This is why it's important to eat the right stuff. They need their testosterone. You got all these things coming against and fighting everybody over time, all these chemicals, plastic, all of the situations, all of the genetically modified stuff. Look, I could, excuse me, I could get really passionate about this stuff because I understand it. And because I understand it, I exercise a lot of stuff. Like I made some kale and onion cornbread the other day. Like I chopped that sucker like nice and fine because you want to finely chop the kale because kale it like you chew it. But a lot of times people be like, vegetables are so nasty. Like, baby, do you not season your meat? Are you eating like steak tartare? Like without any seasoning whatsoever? Because let me tell you something, season your vegetables the same way you season meat, and you'd be so surprised on how well these things taste. Like there's some mushrooms out here taste like chicken. Jackfruit tastes like pulled pork tacos. I mean, there's so many things. I've had amazing chickpea burger patties. I've had a bunch of just amazing, amazing foods, and I get creative, especially when it comes to different vegetables and everything like that. I love getting creative. That's just me. I like experimenting with different foods and different flavors and finding, what works, what doesn't work. But you really got to start thinking about what you're putting into your body. Not only that, think about, pardon the lecture. I probably talked about this for about a good 5-10 minutes, but like, look, think about how you feel every time you eat a meal. Start to become more aware of it. If your body doesn't feel good, your body is trying to communicate with you to tell you, you know what, maybe there's something in what you just ate or drank that's not healthy, that's actually hurting you. You know what I'm saying? Think about stuff like that. All right. And you'll start to pay attention. You start to pay attention to what foods will actually give you hives, how you're having allergic reactions. Matter of fact, check out what things you're allergic to and look what else that coincides with. Like, I'm passionate about nutrition and I'm not a doctor. And I'm not, do your research. Do your research. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a doctor whatsoever, but I do understand this. It's very powerful. This information, knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. So do something with it, please. All right. Saying number 17, listen to your father who gave you life and do not despise your mother when she is old. Buy the truth and do not sell it, wisdom, instruction, and sight as well. For the father of a righteous child has great joy. A man who fathers a wise son rejoices in him. May your father and mother rejoice. May she who gave you birth be joyful. How beautiful is that? You know what I'm saying? When you think about stuff like that, it's mentor, mentee, teacher, student, father, mother, son, child, daughter. You know what I'm saying? When you think about stuff like that, listen to them. They do have wisdom that they're giving you. You know what I'm saying? Like I like the older generation because they do have wisdom. And then they also, and when you give them your ears, guess what? They will give you theirs. So don't wave off the things that they say. The older generation, they weren't born yesterday. They were born a very long time ago. Yes, maybe not on the technology side. They don't know what's going on because they're not in it, but and that's what they need you for. They need you to help with these transitions that are happening at a faster rate. Like I remember the cassette tapes. I remember the CD player. I had a Walkman, man. I was jamming with my Walkman. But like I'm trying to tell you something, man. All the generations matter, and it's imperative to listen to everyone because guess what? Everybody understands and processes things differently, and everybody does have some wisdom on the inside of them that they can share with you. But this right here is talking about your father and your mother. Love them. Listen to them, right? Don't despise them. All right. Saying number 18, my son, give me your heart and delight your eyes and let your eyes delight in my ways. For an adulterous woman is a deep pit and a wayward wife is a narrow well. Like a bandit, she lies in wait and multiplies the unfaithful among men. They just, you got to be careful of women like that. They hoes. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, right? There are even men who can be just as promiscuous. You got to be careful out there. They be out here lurking. Roaring, just waiting for an opportunity. Man, look, temptation, counterfeits. Careful, be careful, man. Don't let these folks look. What you choose to be with, who you choose to be, what you choose to do, how you choose to live your life. Do not let anything or anybody cause you to deter or hinder what it is you're working so hard for. Come on now. Right? That's what it's about, you know. Saying number 19, who has woe, who has sorrow, who has strife, who has complaints, who has needless bruises, who has bloodshot eyes, who those who linger over wine, who go to sample bowls of mixed wine, do not gaze at wine when it's red, when it sparkles in a cup, when it goes down smoothly. In the end, it bites like a snake and poisons like a vapor. Your eyes will see strange sights, and your mind will imagine confusing things. You will be like one sleeping on the high seas, lying on top of the rigging. Woo! They hit me, you would say, but I'm not hurt. They beat me, but I don't feel it. When will I wake up so I can find another drink? Lord, I messed that part up twice. Yo, that joint's wild. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been on a sailboat before. But I'll tell you what, I can count on one hand the times I've actually been like drunk, right? And one time I was like, yeah, I'll never get drunk again. A couple other times I was like, man, I just, going through some stuff. I was like, yeah, I'm definitely going to go there. But one thing's for certain, I don't like to reach that point, because you know what? You can make dumb decisions. It's next level emotion. So whatever you're feeling at that moment is just amplified. Not only that, you want to make sure that you're sober so that you can make good decisions, right? If you need to make good decisions, but you also want to make sure that you're sober and you're not, feeling like they're saying, one sleeping on the high seas, lying on top of the rigging. Have you ever felt like that? Like, have you ever been so drunk where you actually end up throwing up? Excuse me, I'm just being honest with you, right? If you ever experienced that, I don't understand how people can do it often and everything like that. I hope you guys get healed, get some restoration, and check out some trauma therapy, find the right therapist for you, because let me tell you something, living that life, it's not worth it. And honestly, the alcohol, it can actually cause a lot of harm. And so you want to make sure that if you are going to, moderation, but make sure you're still sober, make sure that you're not drinking out of emotion, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just sharing because I experienced that. It took me, I did it. Okay. It took drinking so much alcohol, and then I wasn't throwing up, because like I would do it to a certain point because I knew my limit, but like I would do it to a certain point. But one time I ended up coughing up some stuff in the sink, and a little blood came out, and I said, whoa, okay. I said, I'm done. Yeah, that was it for me. I was like, I'm done. And I in fact had like a couple of shots on that New Year. But it was like 3 weeks since I had drank. And then I did an entire year in like a couple of weeks. So I decided not to drink for an entire year in a couple of weeks, because I said that's not healthy. The fact that, I ended up spitting up some blood, that I was like, I got to make some changes, and I got to deal with some stuff, and I started to do that, and I started to make the changes. So I just want to encourage you, don't wait till it gets to that point. If you're emotional, just, start to reach out to the right people, and if somebody's rude to you, bump them, love them from a distance, keep it moving, keep asking for the right information. Ask for the right information. If you need some information and you're trying to communicate and you need somebody who's a safe space or whatever, let me know. I will share a link with you that you can go through, and you can look for different people, and you can read their reviews, look at their websites. There might be somebody there that can actually help you, and that's okay. You need that. It's okay. We all need somebody to talk to. So be encouraged. Don't drown yourself in misery. All right. Or in so much food. I get it. As someone who has dealt with it, and not just on the drinking side, on the food side too. You learn how to eat your emotions. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to encourage you to pay more attention to your emotions, and then learn how to deal with them in healthy ways, in ways that don't hurt you. Of course, in ways that don't hurt others, but in ways that don't hurt you. All right. So that's what I really want to say today. I'm excited for you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. God bless.
Hey everybody, hope you are doing well. Listen up, I would like to give a special shout out to Miss Imani Allen, the owner and founder of Precious Faith Productions. Listen, she designed my new website for me, Britney'sBeadsandBooks.com. Listen, she exceeded my expectations. I now can be booked for speaking engagements. You can shop with me. I have videos. I have sound effects on there. Whatever I asked for, she gave me. She was very patient. She was very understanding, very kind. And not only that, but she's one of my good friends. So she exceeded my expectations with the website. So if you want your website done or redesigned, let my girl help you. Let my friend help you. You can find her on Facebook. Again, the name of her company is Precious Faith Productions.